Hi, everybody. My topic today is things I wish I would have taken more seriously when I was getting ready to have my weight loss surgery. These are things I knew and kind of brushed off. Oh, I can handle it. I've had a lot of surgeries. I can handle it. These are things I don't want you to brush off. Now, the first thing is I went through insurance, so I had to see a counselor. Do that. Even if you're paying for it and you don't have to see a counselor, just one session even with a counselor to talk through what is going to happen. That was one of the things that I knew going in I'd have to do, and I'm grateful I did. So that's one thing I would suggest you do. Take that seriously and talk about anything and everything. Number 2 or whatever, I don't do my numbers lists real well because I lose track. But the second thing would be the loose skin. This is a big thing. And I brushed it off. Oh, I'll be able to handle it. I won't worry about having loose skin. It'll just be my badge that said I did it. I never expected to think of myself as a vain person. But having the loose skin under my chin, under my arms, my belly, boy, it affects you more than you think it will. You kind of put it to the side, oh, that's minor, but it actually is not. The loose skin weighs quite a bit, so it pulls down on your body a little bit, especially in the tummy area, and you can get infections under the loose skin, so it does cause some health concerns. And people's comments, even adults are idiots. The comments I can handle, but it's how I think of myself that changed. It didn't change overnight. That's number 3. It's not going to fix the internal problem that got you to whatever weight. It's not a quick get better quick thing. I'm a foodie. I'm a food addict. I blew that off a little bit, but still being hungry and not being able to eat was very hard for me, and not able to stop having thoughts about food all the time. I've always thought of food a lot. I'm only now 5 years out and through counseling and stuff, able to, oh, wow, I didn't eat. It's not going to fix whatever made you big in the first place. You have to dig into that yourself, okay? This is not just a physical problem. It is psychological too. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when your body's not hungry and your head is shouting at you that you should still be eating, that you're hungry even though you're not, it will make things difficult. And yes, you can eat yourself back to your old weight. You can eat enough that you're going to hurt yourself again. Now, some people don't have that problem. My weight can still go up. But my surgery was the drastic one. They call it the big gun. It was called duodenal switch surgery. And I chose that one because it didn't have a high regain rate. Because I knew myself well enough to know I'm still going to eat. I'm still going to drink soda. I have a caffeine and sugar addiction. But it's up here. I cannot replace my emotions with my food anymore. Now I realize that. Now I can go with just eating a little bit, a couple bites, and maybe I'm full. because it's not substituting as much as it used to. Key into that, please, as much as it used to. It is a behavior that I learned very young, and it is a behavior I still do. I comfort eat. Not all the time. I can catch myself sometimes, but it's part of my recovering food addiction too. For me, is that when lonely or upset, I eat. Angry, self-soothing, negative emotions, don't know how to handle them, I eat. But to make myself feel better. And I'm always going to struggle with that for the rest of my life. Weight loss surgery is not going to fix those things. You have to. And there's something you're never going to be able to fully get away from. It is an illness. And like other illnesses of the mind especially, it's something you fight with for the rest of your days. Don't take somebody else's happy exterior as their life is perfect. Nobody's is. We all have stuff we struggle with to the end of our days. That's part of our human experience. I want you to know it's okay to talk about having weight loss surgery. It's okay to talk about why you got into that space, and don't feel guilty about needing to talk about it. Be it with your mom, your best friend, or a counselor. There is no harm in that, because if you can get this straight, your body will follow. It will. I maintain my weight between 190 to 215. Going into weight loss surgery, I had a number in my head. I wanted to be 130 pounds. I saw myself as a cheerleader in my head. That's what I wanted to look like, or one of those really skinny gymnasts. I didn't prepare myself for the fact that my body can't look like that. Not only because I can't exercise like most people, and that's not an excuse. I do have cerebral palsy, which limits my movement. But I'm just not built that way. When God put me together out of those heavenly Lego parts that have genetics in play, there's been, I wasn't built for that kind of a thing. I'm not a sports person. I'm not an athlete. I'm a comfortable human. I'm one of the ones who's always going to be fluffy. And I got to be okay with that. You're not going to buy a pair of size 6 jeans and put them in your closet and then a year later fit into them. That isn't going to happen. I don't care what other people might tell you, okay? That's not how it works. You have to get to where you're healthy mentally and physically. Physically healthy for me is still considered overweight. But I've gotten to where I'm okay with it. I've gotten to where now I'm having fun trying on clothes and accepting this is how I look, and so I might as well be comfortable with it. Am I always perfectly pleased with my body? No. I wear a short sleeve top or a sleeveless top, and I see that loose skin on my arms, and sometimes I'm disgusted. I thought I would look at it and always think, wow, look what I did. even not being a vain person, but I still look at it and think, oh my God, look at all this. Look how terrible all this loose skin looks and feels. That's a big thing, is getting your head in line. If you think you're a great person, if your mind thinks, I'm happy, then even if you don't feel happy right away, if you tell yourself enough times, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, you're going to be happy. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're absolutely right. Your mind is an incredible tool. It doesn't know past from future. It only knows now and the thoughts you think. If you think negative, your body's going to show negative. How many of us out there think negatively about ourselves and comfort ourselves with a Reese's peanut butter cup or Pepsi, mashed potatoes and gravy, donuts, Doritos, hot dogs, bologna, whatever. That has to get fixed too. Next, it's not going to be a breeze. This is surgery. You are getting cut on. Even if they do it laparoscopically, they're still going to cut on you. Parts of your body will be taken out and kind of thrown away with the other medical garbage. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna have a recovery period. It's going to hurt like hell. At least mine did. I've had 15 surgeries in my life. That duodenal switch surgery was the hardest thing I've ever done. Hit me with a cerebral palsy surgery any day. I don't care if you're going to cut muscles out of my left leg and put it in my right. Don't let me go through the duodenal switch again. It's not a walk in the park. If anyone tells you weight loss surgery is taking the easy way out, they've never had to deal with it. You might have a drain coming out of your belly where they cut you so they can drain out the fluid while your body heals. And that has to be taken care of. You're going to have to depend on others to help you for a while you recover. If you're an independent person, that's going to be a problem for you. You can't just jump up and be better right away. It's okay to have the thought after surgery, oh my God, why did I do this to myself? You will think that. That's normal. That will eventually pass, but that's a reaction to having to deal with something that's very difficult, including pain. Okay? Don't be expecting those kind of thoughts. And if you're prone to depression, have people around you that are going to help you, because you're going to think those thoughts and you're going to get depressed. I did. But I had people around me that knew that was coming and were able to help lift me up. You don't have to tell everybody you meet when they say, hey, how'd you lose that weight? That's your personal information. If you don't want to give that out, just say, everybody changes. Brush it off. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. People are going to judge you when they find out you had weight loss surgery, because they think that's the easy way out because they've never been through it. So they're going to make snap judgments. Okay? You're going to have a little bit of body dysmorphia when you start losing the weight. I've gone through this. What I mean by that is what you see in your head is not what you're going to see in the mirror. You're going to go to the store to pick out new clothes, and you're going to still gravitate toward the 2 or 3X type shirts and clothes when all you need is a 1X now. That sounds like fun, but it's going to be difficult at first to wrap your head around having a new size. And you may not lose the weight as quickly as you wished you could. Have patience with your body. It's gone through trauma. It will take time to heal. That goes for your mind as well. Find ways that work for you to get your necessary protein and meds and water in. Not everybody's tricks are going to work for you. Not everybody will put the bariatric vitamins in their meal when they're cooking supper. That's what I've done. Not everybody will have the same abilities to drink or not drink things like protein shakes. You're going to have to figure out stuff like this by yourself and what works for you. Be expecting your taste buds to change. And things might taste a little bit at first like a tin, like they came out of like a tin, T-I-N. Like a tinny, a metal taste in your mouth. As far as I know, that's happened to pretty much everybody. It does pass. But you're not going to look at some things the same way. Your taste in food might change. So be ready for that. Eventually, you'll get to where you're comfortable in your new body. And the bad days of thinking about all the loose skin and what you can or can't do or what did I do to myself will pass. Eventually, everything will be a new normal. It never goes back to normal because you can't reverse life. But it will become a new normal. And you'll have fun at finding new things to fit your new body. But the journey to that new body is filled with a lot of potholes. It's not going to be an easy journey, but you can do it. I take pictures of myself, still look at it and go, gosh, look at that loose skin under my chin. But then I look at pictures of me before when I was 250, 275, 280, and I look like a blown up blueberry or something. You know, I look terrible, and I look at myself now and I can say, hey, I like that picture of me. I'm never going to be the cheerleader that I've always wanted to be. That's the one thing I always wanted as a kid was I wanted to be a cheerleader. But not only could I not do it because of my cerebral palsy, but because of me. I like to watch sports like swimming, gymnastics, cheerleading. I wish I could do that. I wish I could run. I wish I could jump. I wish I could do all that, but I can't. My avatar does not do this. But that's okay. Because you'll learn to love the new you. But don't be afraid on the journey there if you have to ask for help. You might need the help of a nutritionist. I've talked to a nutritionist. It was part of my before surgery. And I kind of blew that off. I mean, I talked to her, but I thought, I'll handle it. But I should have taken that more serious. There are things you're going to go through that are hard, but your new normal will be worth it. But don't be afraid to ask for help with these things. Because what are we if we don't help each other? I'm not ashamed to tell people now I had weight loss surgery. Because I got through it. But I know people who don't want others to know that's how they lost the weight, and that's fine. That's their journey, not mine. I'm not saying don't have weight loss surgery. But I'm saying don't blow things like nutritional counseling off, go, and let it go in one ear and out the other. Don't say, well, I'm glad I don't have to go see a counselor because I have the different insurance or I have a way to pay for it. Go see a counselor at least one time. Because you're facing an unknown. Don't be afraid to look forward and go, I'm still going to be hungry. And my head is going to be hungry. I'm going to want those thoughts of all that comfort food. And you might worry that you're going to gain all your weight back. And you might gain some weight back. I got down at my lowest to 170 pounds. I'm not there now. I stay around 200. 190 is my lowest. And I'm okay with the range that I'm at. I'm still considered overweight, but I'm okay. One thing you may not know, when you start losing weight, your butt's going to get sore. Your butt's going to feel bonier when you sit down. You're going to start to see your collarbone, something you probably never saw before. Or the bones in your wrist. I can actually do this now. I never used to be able to do that. It's a little thing, but it makes me proud of myself. I can dress now and say, hey, I look cute in this shirt. I'm never going to be a gymnast or a cheerleader's body like I'd love to be. But I'm my new me. And that's where you got to get to. It's not going to be easy to accept yourself and everything you're gone through. Or you're going to go through. But don't brush it off. Take my advice. Don't brush off anything they're going to tell you. Like the head hunger, where your body's not hungry, but your mind won't shut up. Don't think you're going to have an instant cure that if you got overweight somehow, there's a trigger there somehow. Someone else didn't make you put that food in your mouth. Something in your mind and your spirit needs to be fixed. So don't forget that. It's not just about your body. It's about your mind, because you got that way somehow. So yeah, weight loss surgery is a great tool, but it's not a cure. Use it as a tool and fix your mind and your spirit as you fix your body. If y'all want to ask questions, comments, that's fine. I'll answer any questions. If you want me to make another video on a different topic connected to anything you've seen on my channel, let me know. If you just want to reach out because you want someone to talk to, let me know. I love you all, even though I don't know who you are. God loves you. I love you. Spirit loves you. However you want to put that. There's someone out there that loves you that doesn't even know you. If I can pull for you without knowing you, aren't you willing to put that in yourself? It's not just a body thing. Bye, guys.